Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. My name is Rose Joshua. Welcome back to Family and Finance. So today we're going to continue our house poor series. Today we're going to do part 3. In part 1, we introduced the concept. Part 2, we looked at how to calculate your GDSR, TDSR with the objective of not being surprised when you actually go meet your mortgage broker. And today we're going to look at part 3, which is TDSR, GDSR for condos. Part 2, we looked at for a non-condo. Okay, so if you have not watched parts 1 and 2, I strongly recommend go watch those because today we're going to continue, build upon what we discussed already. Okay, so let me share my screen and we can jump in. All right. Okay, so today is house poor part 3, and we're pre-calculating GDSR, TDSR. The reason is I've highlighted the no surprises. Okay, so have you ever, or do you know anyone who has shopped around? They've gone with their realtor, they've gone up the city, down the city, east, west, looked at 10, 20 properties. I know I'm exaggerating, but a lot of properties, okay? And then they make an offer, and then they go, they pay property inspector, they do a property inspection, they pay $400 for that on a condo, and then they pay another $400 to what do you call it, buy, to purchase condo documents. All right. Oh, and then they pay another $400. I'm using 400 here for document review. They pay a lawyer or some document reviewer to look at the condo docs. So you spent $1,200 already. All right. You've gone to your bank, you've got a bank draft, you paid $10 for the bank draft. So it's a lot of money and time running around. And then you go to the mortgage broker and they tell you, sorry, can't qualify. So I've been there. I tell you, I've been there because I've had situations where my clients and I did all of that running around I just described. And so looking back, I really wish I knew then what I know now. But, we grow as we know, right? Knowledge is what helps us to grow. So now that I know, I'm better able to advise my clients, let's do the pre-math, please, before you go write that offer, because it's very, very important that you minimize your surprises and you almost guarantee, unless there's anything that you didn't know that showed up, you can almost guarantee that you'll be approved if you have your numbers pre-lined up. All right. So let's talk a bit more about that for condos. So for condos, there's just a slight difference because of that condo fee. The condo fee is very important, and we're going to see the part that it plays through this session. So for today, we're going to assume Miss Ola, one person, she's earning 50K, and she wants to make an offer, on a 200K property. And so based on 50K annual, her monthly gross is 4167. We're assuming 5% down payment to calculate the mortgage P&I. And her loans are $900. So if you don't know how to calculate your debt when it comes to your mortgage pre-approval, look at video number 2, which is house poor number 2, because the $900 here is not how much in total she owes. She could be owing $10,000 here, another $15,000 there, but the 900 is a percentage. So if you, so depending on whether the credit is secured or non-secured, whether it's a line of credit or a credit card, so there's formulae that they use to calculate that portion of your pre-approval numbers. Okay, so again, watch video number 2 for that. So based on a purchase price of $200,000 with a 5% down payment, you have a CMHC fee of 4%. So putting it all together, your mortgage principal is $197,600, which is 0.988 of 200,000. Okay. If we assume 5% interest amortized over 25 years, your monthly payment is $1,155. Your bi-weekly payment is $578 approximately. All right. So if you don't understand the benefits of paying bi-weekly, take a look at my video where I did a few months ago on why to not pay your mortgage monthly, why you should never pay mortgage monthly. Okay, look for that video, find it, listen to it, very important. So if you want to summarize that now, monthly here is 1155, bi-weekly is that exactly divided by 2, which is 577.57. And there's a lot more video, more details in the video on why you should never pay your mortgage monthly. But if you look at the total interest paid on a monthly payment plan, it's almost 149,000. Okay. And the total interest paid for biweekly is 124,000. So by paying biweekly, you're saving $25,000 of money. Okay, so take another look at that video to get more details. But for the pre-approval, they use a monthly payment. So we're going to use the 1155 for the formula. Now, if you live in Edmonton, your property tax, you plug it into the tax estimator online. And for this property at 200,000 is 169.56. We approximate that to 170. If you live outside of Edmonton, check with your municipality. Every municipality tells you how they calculate your tax. So definitely get your tax number from them. That way you can plug in the correct number here. All right. So back to Miss Ola, 200K condo, 5% interest, 5% down, 25 years amortization. Monthly payment is $1,155. The property tax is $170. We're assuming hidden cost is $80 outside of the condo fee. Very important. The word outside for condos is very important. We're going to come to that. And her condo fee is $400 and the loans and credits $900. So if you plug that in, GDSR is mortgage P&I, $1,155, plus the property tax, $170, plus heating, $80, plus half condo fee, that's half of $400, $200, okay? Divide all of that, sum and divide all of that by 4167, and she's sitting at 38.52. Less than 39%, but a red flag because it's really, really close to 39%. It's very close. So that means then that when we add her debts, there's going to be fire on the mountain. Okay, very close. So when somebody is really close to 39% on the GDSR, it can be something of concern unless they have no debts. All right. Now, so if you now plug that formula into the TDSR, those numbers into the TDSR formula, the mortgage will be declined. Okay. Because again, you're adding $900 to something that's already 39% almost. So in this case, the TDSR is 60.12, way over the 44 max. All right, so declined here. Again, let's say your bank told you, don't worry about it. Based on your income, you qualify. Without pulling your credit, that's danger. When you actually go talk to a mortgage broker, okay, and they pull your credit, that's where you really want to go. Okay. If you don't have a mortgage broker, connect with me. I have a network of mortgage brokers that do excellent work. And if you look at my YouTube channel, you're going to see work with really good mortgage specialists, mortgage broker. And so let's take good care of you. All right. So adding the 900 gets the mortgage declined. It's a 200K apartment. This person is earning $50,000. But has a debt of 900 based on the family. Okay. So the mortgage broker then makes recommendations. What are we going to do? So tweaking the TDSR is really about tweaking the formula. So if you look at the formula, it's mortgage, P&I plus tax plus heating plus half condo fee. So to tweak it, you need to reduce the mortgage P&I. All right, or reduce the property tax, and those go together, or reduce the heating, or reduce the condo fee, or reduce the debts, or all of them, various combinations of those reductions. So that's really how you're going to tweak it. Okay, so the mortgage broker will say, okay, get another property with lower condo fees, get a property with the heating included in the condo fee. That's important because that reduces the numbers, and pay off some bills. So that explains why if you go to a mortgage broker and they pre-qualify you, they say you're pre-qualified, conditionally qualified based on the following conditions. So make sure that you buy a property maximum this amount, maximum condo fee that amount with heating included, or maximum that condo fee with that amount without heat. So what your mortgage broker is doing is kind of telling you what to do in order for you to fit into this family. Okay. So let's say we tweak other debts. We're going to start with tweaking other debts, and we tweak condo fee. So we tweak condo fee, we bring it down from 400, find another property from 400 to 350. And then we do a 50% payout on the bills and bring it down to 450. That's significant, guys. That's significant because if you look at 900 and if you look at 3% of bills, non-secured bills, 900 will be 3% of $30,000. Okay. So by bringing it down to 450, that means the person probably paid off 15 grand. So it's not as simple or as small as it looks. So it's significant work happening behind the scenes. So in this case, we tweak the the debt down to 450, and we tweak the condo fee. We keep the heat, and in this example, it's still declined. In spite of all of that. That's why sometimes people get frustrated. I don't know what this mortgage broker wants me to do. I've paid off this debt. I've paid off the other one. I've paid off the other one. I'm sick and tired of it. They're just trying to help you. They're just trying to help you. So in this case, tweak number one still declined. Tweak number two, we take out the heating. So let's say the heating is included in the condo fee. Still declined, still declined. All right. So really, what's driving this particular one is the other side of the numbers, which is the 1155 combined with the 170. All right. So let's take a look at that. So we now go and say, okay, let's make an offer on a property with lower cost. So we go, Miss Ola goes from 200K property to a 150K property. All right. So now what happens is the mortgage drops by almost $300 to $866. And the condo fee, the property tax drops from 170 to 127, almost 50. So between the two numbers, we're almost dropping by 350, let's say $340, okay, which is very significant. So if you look at it, all right, the 866 added to the 127, we keep the heat. Condo fee is 175. The debt is 450. And now we're approved. And I'm talking TDSR level because we've added the debt. So you notice there's a yin-yang between the price of the home and the condo fee. The condo fee is very significant. Condo fee plus heating. Because the condo fee here we introduced is $350, which was not there. I mean, which is not there if you have a non-condo. So by introducing the condo fee, you almost always have to drop the price of the house. You almost always have to do that because that 350 just pushes up the numbers. And if you're maintaining everything, you're maintaining the debt, you're maintaining the heating, you almost always have to drop the price of the house or the mortgage P&I by about the same, right? So you notice it's $350 for the condo fee, and we drop the mortgage P&I, and the property tax by about 340. So yin yang there. So take a good look at it. Remember that. So it's approved. We tweak that 38.83 TDSR. Then what if we even kept the $400 of condo fee? We're still approved 41.35. So that condo fee is very, very significant. All right. So I believe we've kind of covered different ways of, tweaking, but I'm going to summarize all of that here, how to reduce your GDSR and how to reduce your TDSR. So it's really all about numbers, right? Numbers don't lie and numbers are steady. Numbers, there's no gray area with numbers, okay? It's either you make it or you don't, right? So with numbers, it's a very simple formula. You just have the numerator and the denominator, just one layer there. So you have, in order to reduce your GDSR, there's two options. You reduce your numerator, drop it, meaning that you're dividing the same income by a lower number, all right? Or you increase your denominator, which means you're dividing the same bills and payments by a higher number, right? So, or you can do a combination of both, all right? So now, to reduce the numerator, you can reduce the monthly mortgage, reduce the property taxes. That really equates to reducing the price of the house. We haven't talked about down payment. So the other way would be to increase your down payment. If you're maintaining the same house, increase the down payment to keep the monthly mortgage under control. Okay, and then on the heating, you reduce the heating cost. And that sometimes deals with reducing the size of the house, which might be reducing the price, okay? Or you reduce the condo fee, again, price of the property, all right? And then other debts will be, number one, making sure that your credit bureau is good, and then paying off as much debt as you can. So that really summarizes reducing the numerator. We've talked about reduce heating, reduce condo fee, get a property with heat included. Get a property with heat included in the condo fee. And for your debts, one way to actually deal with that is to consolidate all your debts into one. So let me explain that. So let's say you have a car loan and you're paying $500 a month on that. And then you have a student loan, you're paying $400 on that one. And then you have, let's see, what else do you have? Something else. Let's say loan shark, you're paying another $400 on that. So it's $1,200. You can bring it all together into one bill, consolidation into one bill, and have that reduced from $1,200 a month to say $600 or $700 a month, right? So if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to go about it, connect with me. I can show you some pointers on how to consolidate your debts, okay? So that's reducing your denominator. Now, on the other hand, to reduce your TDSR, GDSR, you can increase the denominator, which is your income. Now, how to do that? I don't know what to tell you about how to increase your income, right? Get another job will be a quick one, meaning sometimes we'll work really hard for a little pay, and we know that the way we work, we should be getting better pay. So then venture out, get yourself another job, a better job. I'm not talking of getting a second job. I'm talking of getting a better job where your skills are paid for at a better level. So you're getting paid more for the same time. So consider that first before you go get a second job. So getting a better job is better than getting a second job, because sometimes you get a second job combined. Let's say you're getting paid $50 an hour in one job and $20 an hour in the second job. You could get one job that pays you $70 an hour. Okay, so be a little bit more creative in getting jobs, all right? For income, let's say you have a property that has a separate entrance, and you can rent out the basement independently. You can get a lease, 12-month lease that you send to your mortgage broker, and they would actually help you, add that to your income in the mortgage calculation. Okay, so very important. Then other incomes, like if you have child tax benefit, if you have child support, spousal support, alimony, other income that's coming in, you can add to your family. Okay, so that's increasing your denominator. Now that is the end of part 3. For part 4, we are going to look at how much house to buy. Technically is actually, that's gonna lead into part 5. So now it's gonna be 5 videos. It's gonna lead into part 5. But for part 4, how much house to buy will be impacted by how much is your monthly P&I. So we're gonna make some assumptions. So let's assume that we max out the 39% GDSR, and let's assume that we maxed out the 44% TDSR. All right. So we know those numbers, and we know your income, and we know your bills. Let's make the mortgage P&I, the subject of the formula, and let's calculate the maximum mortgage P&I that you should be making. That's not counting the down payment yet. Okay, it's just the mortgage P&I, and then we're going to tweak down payments in part 5. But in part 4, we're going to look at the mortgage P&I. That's the focus. How can we determine the maximum mortgage P&I we should be paying? And then, we'll finish off with down payment in part 5. All right. So that's really about how much mortgage can you qualify for without considering your down payment. All right. So a lot of people assume that, because they have $25,000, they want to buy a $500,000 house. That's not the way it works, guys. That's not the way it works. There's a lot of factors that are counted in. So we're going to do a bit more deeper diving in part 4. Thank you so much. And again, if you need to talk privately, connect with me. Let's take a look at your situation. Let's help you to buy a house more smartly, with less stress, less running around, and let's help you to buy correctly. And if this has been helpful, please subscribe and share with your family and friends, and have them subscribe as well. And again, my name is Rose Joshua, 780-680-1334. Now have yourself a good rest of the day. And I'm really hoping that this series is helping to expand your mind and help you to understand what's happening behind the scenes and making us smarter financially. God bless you. Have a good day.